Okay, today's video is something a little bit different for you guys. I've been putting this off for a while actually, but I'm finally going to be showing you my studio just here, this thing here, where I film all my content, where I do all my live streams and all my stuff over on Whatnot. Thing is, I've been putting this off because, to be fair, I've never felt it was perfect and something I wanted to show you guys yet. But I sort of sat realizing, it's like, why does it matter? I might as well show you the real deal, how it looks, what's going on, and I'll show you exactly how I set up all my cameras, the software, the equipment. I'm just gonna show you everything that we do that's all contained within that cabin right there. So let's go. All right, so let's actually start off with the cabin, and also we'll say hello. Hello, Cleo. Hey, booby. Hey, booby. She's always meow. Yeah, the noise she makes is crazy. Siamese, right? Anyway, this is the cabin, and as you can see, it's not painted, and it's actually a little bit unfinished. All that wood, I've built the thing, and we've still got wood sat down the side here. This wood is like some stuff that needs to go up the top here on the felt. The problem is, I built this in the winter, and I just wanted to get to a point of winter tight. So this summer it will be spray painted, and like I'll chop the ends of these bits of wood off here at the end so it's tidier down there, and I'll pin the edges of the roof down properly. But for the moment, I just had to get out of the place, out of the house. So my house is over there. I had to get out and into the garden and into this so my wife can work from home. Now it's 3 meters by 2.5 meters in size, and it's basically on top of a decking platform, as you can see. So you've got like, there was an old shed here. I essentially replaced all the boarding and the decking with structural ply, and I built the structure on top. It took 2 days to put it up, and that included carpeting it as well as a light bit of decorating. And like I said, I didn't even finish the decorating properly, but yeah, as you can see, we can look inside. It's fully lockable, it's double glazing and everything like that. So let's get in. There we go. So the doors go back, and you have nice big double doors going inside. And yes, this is it. This is true to how I live most of my life. So it's not perfect, and it is a bit messy inside here, but I think it's real, right? It's real like this. So I'll start up. I don't really know where to start here, to be honest. I just wanted to kind of walk you through it. So there is power and internet up here, and as you can see, the power comes in up here, and that actually goes back into my house, and it's just on a plug. So it comes out, and my friend is an electrician, then went and put plug sockets all down and around for me. Look, some up here, and it's all coming off. So it's just like a giant multi-plug, and the unit can just be plugged in and out. I then ran internet in. So that's coming straight out of the back of my rotor down in the house over there, and it goes up through the garden. But I'm eventually going to pin it to the gutter and go across the garden instead of having it going around. But that's power and everything. Then we have the actual setup. One of the bonuses to going for like a log cabin like this, so this costs about £3,800 for the cabin itself. And then with carpet and everything came to just over 4,000, like the power and everything like that. So not too bad for somewhere if you're working from home. But what you've got here is like thick, like treated wood. It's insulated on the ceiling on the outside, and the floor, guys, is insulated, and as you can see, carpeted down here as well. We've got a radiator that I keep on a super low temperature, and this is like a really energy efficient, like glass panel one, and I keep it at like 15 degrees just to keep the chill out of the room, to stop affecting cards and everything like that. We then have a little dog bed for when my little dog Dottie comes up and she sits in here when I'm filming or doing stuff. I've got this, guys, is like a cube set up, and as you see, you can't see it properly. I've been packaging orders today. It's what I mean, I'm doing this raw. But I have this set up in the background here. I have like a mesh thing on the wall which has got hooks so you can move it around. So I hang some stock and some items on display. Got the old Whatnot light. I then have a light on the ceiling that illuminates my back wall, and I literally just flick that on and it turns a blue light on. So, and does that, and then obviously have the old Whatnot sign, have the power down the back. Yeah, there you go. So that would be normally true to how I have it. And then I have all the curtains shut. So you can see it gets darker in here. And these are full blackout, like you can see, you can't see, like there you go, that's looking to the outside. And like you can just about see some speckles of light through it, but it's super hard to. So it works really well for filming. It's pretty soundproof as well, to be honest, this place, which is good. But anyway, regards setup, we've got, yeah, so cubes I used to love these things, however, they're not madly flexible. What I now love are these shelves. I love this in here now, the way it is, because it's modular. You buy these metal strips that come down the side here. I got these from Homebase. I think these strips are this length, they're like a 1 meter length. You then buy the joiners and you get different length ones. You can different width, shapes and lengths. You get baskets you can hang on it, all sorts. They can take some crazy weight as well. These are the sort of things people put in shops as well, or you put them in your garage. But I think they actually look really nice. We're thinking of putting something like this in our lounge actually, to just do a bit of storage and put some plants and stuff on, because I love the modular system to it. But like, all in all, those shelves, see, I've got some there as well. I've also got another cube thing down there, because I used to, like I say, that used to be what I'd buy for my storage. I regret having so much of it now. I'd actually rather have more of these shelves. But the bars themselves cost, I think, £7 or £8 from Homebase. These things here cost like £3 or £4 each. The shelves themselves were like £12. It really doesn't cost a lot to put it. And the thing about it is, it's so tight to the wall, it actually frees up more space. When you think of the cube comes out and you can't put certain size things. So these cubes, for example, will hit some form of box, fit some boxes like these, but they won't do 3 high. It's too high for it. It fits these 4 ones perfectly. But if you don't get the right size, you actually can't fit those boxes for bulk and stuff. They can look really nice, don't get me wrong, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, if that was along that wall as well, I think it would look pretty cool. But hey, I do what I do. I make good work. I've got Gandalf down here. Obviously, this is a gift from my kids. I absolutely love it. My Gandalf statue. You shall not pass. You know, hey, my best impression, right? I display a little bit of product. I got a really cool comic from Whatnot. Whatnot actually commissioned a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic, so it's still sealed. It's so cool, right? So at some point I'm going to get that graded. I'm waiting for Ace Grading to do magazine comics, and then I'll send it to them. We have the old 25th anniversary box. Look, Pikachu. Hello. Bit of Alestral stuff going on here. This is actually really cool. It's been a 1 year since Alestral's launched, and I actually got reached out by A-Drive, obviously a big Pokemon content creator. He created his own TCG, and he asked me to do some content when they launched, and it's been a year since, so they sent me like a 1 year founder box. How cool is this, guys? You know, look, signed by A-Drive. They've even doing roadmaps now. Look at the quality and the way they do things. They've really gone for it. It's awesome. There's a signature, hand signed as well on all of these. Got some decks. Look at the booster box there. I have a Kickstarter one down here as well, their first ever booster box, but I've got boxes down here that I've opened on the channel. I've got this really cool Funko that was gifted to me at Collector Clash, my show that I put on in Brighton. So I love it. It's amazing. It's staying there. I think it's so cool, and in box. But anyway, regardless of other setup, and just going on to shelves, this is where I keep all my stock and some plushies. I've got some amazing crochet ones here done by Jenny. My cousin's wife, Jenny, she does all these, and she made, look, some little mini mats and stuff that live up top. But mainly this is where stock starts to live. It's a bit bare at the moment. Booster packs here for selling. This is where I keep my Voltex binder collection now. Do you know what it is? These don't fit as well. This is the biggest thing. So if I take one of these out, one of the reasons these shelves are amazing is they don't fit. Look, that's so annoying with the cubes. Yet this, look at that. All of my binders, all nicely stood up in a row. Perfect. We've got some Voltex, more stuff there for products and random bits. Like I say, this is messy, but I thought it'd just be true to how everything is, right? This is how it looks. We then have this is a bit more storage for some cards I'm going to send. Other cards, basically, working out what to do with them. I've got my playmat collection down in here. I have a little table, so if I want to take certain photos, I just whip this little table out. Honestly, got this from Homebase for like a tenner, and look, you can just put it down there and you can get some really cool shots, especially when you use like your phone. Having taken pictures against a darker background really makes cards pop. I don't actually ever advise to take pictures against white, because the white over brightens the image. I think if you quite often have a dark background and you take it, and I would normally use like the 2x2 camera, and you get much more bokeh, like the blurred background. I have a couple of spare chairs down there for anyone comes over. However, they are absolutely crap. There was a reason at Homebase they were selling them for a £5. and that's because they give away really easily. I have my sorting tray from, this is an Ultra Pro one, unfortunately it's the only one I can find online. I just got this on Amazon. Well worth it for any streamers or anything like that. It's really good to keep people's orders in. However, no one does a slab version. I feel this needs to be wider, because if someone buys a slab, I can't put it in there. It doesn't fit properly. Whereas cards, lovely. Anything else, not great. So you can see I've got a shelf up there I put on the wall recently to store like some of my electronic, like camera stuff and things I use for like vlogging or used to. I've got GoPro Hero 12 Black up there. I've got 2 Sony cameras. I've got tons of Elgato extension arms, which I love Elgato stuff. I'm such a fanboy for that. I've got an old mic they used to use that I don't now. I'll show you more in a minute, the actual setup. Some aftershave, some sticky notes, multi-plugs, scissors, just a bit of stuff that kind of, I needed more space to stay out of the way. My mic, the other mics I sometimes use, I've obviously got the new DJI mic 2, but that's the one. This is amazing, even the one, but if you can get the 2, what a thing. I've got a gimbal for my phone up there as well. So I love my tech, guys. But that's kind of that. I've then got some soundproofing on the wall. This is just to stop the reverb. So when I do my videos, it just helps the echoing. And you quite often want to get it and put it, you don't put it behind you. You want to put it to where you're talking to. So for example, this is my streaming desk, and I'll stand back a bit more so you guys can hopefully see. But my desk is here, screened, and you can see the soundproofing is behind it, and in particular the mic, which is here. And it just stops the sound bouncing back at you and you're getting that echo. So I highly recommend it. You don't even need that much. Like, I didn't need to do that whole wall. I could just do a section there and that's actually fine. Okay, so here is the actual desk setup in here. I've got my lights, 2 screens, camera in the middle, another light up there, another mini light down here, and then my PC or my Mac is underneath. And then I have a separate camera that does a downward shot. Just give you a better idea. So we've got camera here, mic is on the top. This is a USB-C connection that I have running down into the back of my Mac, which, let me show you. That is where my Mac lives, in that corner down there to give me raw desk space. That is a, that has an M2 Pro chip in it, that Mac, M2 Pro. And it's amazing. The reason I went for the Pro is you get extra ports and a bit more power, so I highly recommend it. And it's amazing for stream. I'm loving having it. I love that. Couldn't recommend it enough. I think it was about 1,300 quid, but it's worth it if you do this full time. Obviously, if you don't spend that much on it. But if you are, Mac's so good to go for, especially for editing and stuff. Okay, so this is the camera. I can't actually remember it's a Sony, but I can't remember exactly which one it is. All I know is it's amazing. It's awesome. I then have a Tamron lens, a 11 to 20mm lens that I've added onto it as well. Then I have the Rode mic, of course. Then I have Elgato stands. So this is going down on a mount, and it goes down and it attaches down here, as you can see, to the desk. And then I have my second camera coming out on an arm, and it's right there. It's a tiny little gimbal Insta360 camera is what it's called. And this thing rocks. Like, I will be really honest with you, if I was starting again, I would buy 2 of these and be done with it. This thing has a 1.8 f, which means that you get that nice like bokeh background and stuff. And I paid a lot for that one, and this cost me like 260 quid for that. Was it even? It might be less than that, guys. But I honestly think this thing is amazing. It does active tracking. I love it. It's amazing. But as you can see, look, it's obviously pointing. It's in like safety mode or whatever, but it would normally point down at the desk here and do the setup. And I'll turn all the screens on and the setup so that you guys can have a look properly in a minute. But we then have an extra light coming off of here. As you can see, this is an Elgato mini key light. So this is cool, it's battery power, but you can also hardwire it in and bypass the battery, and it becomes part of your whole light solution, which is very cool. I then have 2 of the big key lights from Elgato, one over there, and then this is my main one, so that is the brightest one, and I have this one set slightly lower, just to like fill in the shadows on the side. I then have 2 1440p screens. This is where I have like my chat and everything going, and this is more my like, if I want to have web pages and stuff, that's like my main monitor, that's my chat monitor there. I then have this cool little thing actually here, as you can see. This is my like organization for slabs and sleeves. So I keep like, you know, I've got the knife in there, I've got some snips, I've got base set booster packs, because actually after this video I'm actually giving away all 5 of these base set packs over on Whatnot. So if you haven't got Whatnot, by the way, use my link, get it downloaded, £10 credit with my link, and yeah, come and get involved. I don't know if you guys can appreciate how perfectly these actually fit into that slot. Look, and then I've got some below, and then I keep penny sleeves in this one here. I can just pull out. A little bit of extra storage down there, some cards I always give away, some promo cards, my little stands, little pull-out drawer. Honestly, that thing is amazing, and I might even get another one. I don't even know if I necessarily need another one, to be fair, but I don't know why, I kind of want to. I have my Stream Deck, which I never use, to be honest with you. I need to start getting more creative and adding some sounds and effects to it and start playing with it. I just can't be bothered. Then have additional little Elgato things. So this here is a Elgato G clamp that they do, which I highly recommend. It works with all their other mounts. You can get all the parts. And this is if I want to do a different shot. So these are if I want to film that way, as in like that, forward facing rather than over the top, which I sometimes like doing. I tend to mix it up a bit like that, and this is just great for it. It's got a nice solid bit. You can clamp this on 2 bars if you want, but obviously the main thing I use it for is just to clamp it onto the side of the desk, just like that. Goes on nice and tight, and you can get longer versions of this, you know. So if you wanted, you could have this clamped over here and then have a longer arm that just sticks all the way up here if you wanted, if you don't want to come off the side or whatever. But it's so solid, all made of metal and stuff. It's just amazing. Their products are really, really good. I need to recommend them. I've had some other ones in the past, as you can see, like a collection. That was terrible. That was terrible. The tops of these just keep coming off. They're not very well glued on. So this system here was 100% well worth getting. I think it was about 30 quid compared to like a tenner. But honestly, it works. Oh, and let me just point out to you the lights. Let me just show you how they're pinned on. So I basically, behind this foam, as you can see here, these are Elgato as well. See, I told you I love them. They do these little wall plates, which all their Elgato stuff clamps to. It's just got a ball joint on the end. And I hope you can see. And I just bolt that to the wall. And then I've got arms, same there. And it comes out and the lights are attached, and these connect via the Wi-Fi network, where basically underneath here, guys, that box there, I've got a separate network in this office just to keep things tidier. Like, so I haven't got lots of things added. So this is purely my office stuff that connects to that, and then it goes back to the house. Oh, there's another item. My 4K camera link for my camera is down there. It's an Elgato one. You can see it just down there maybe. That's how I do that, to get the camera footage through. But let me turn it on and show you more about the overlay and how that works. All right, so I am now going to quickly show you sort of a rough idea of the setup and how I do it. So I use OBS, which is pretty much, I'd say, the best software. To be honest, Stream Elements OBS is pretty good as well. Some people like that, but I personally always use the original, which is OBS. Stream Elements does have a lot of built-in things, but it can be quite like PC heavy and stuff like that, whereas this isn't, and I use Stream Elements for all my stuff out. I'm not going to show you how to set all that stuff up. To be honest, there's millions of videos and how to set up alerts and all that sort of stuff, but I'll just kind of show you how it all works when I put mine together. So I have my OBS, that's not it, that's something else. So I have my OBS that I turn on here. This little camera turns up. We're currently got it set in vertical mode. I don't know if you can see, but it's filming slightly differently, and that's because it's ready for Whatnot. So when I'm streaming on Whatnot, I have it going vertically, and then when I'm doing YouTube, it goes that way, like so the camera twists and goes the other way. It's also coming, that's 4K coming out of there as well, 4K 30p. I then have this camera, which I then turn on at the top. So it's got basically in the back of this, there's a fake battery that just plugs into the wall, so you can have permanent power and run them all the time. And they're really good at not overheating as well. I then have the Elgato lights are all connected. So if you look here on the screen, you can see I've got all the lights, and I literally hit that button, boom, and all my lights turn on, all the mini ones, everything. But I'll show you some screenshots, I'll show you some stuff over the top, but it all just plugs into this, everything here, so that's working there. Yeah, and that's just set up. And then I'd have on this screen to my left, this is where, for example, I would chuck like YouTube chat up or something, so you know. And may I just say, if you're currently watching this, guys, hit subscribe on that guy's channel right there. Oh, and drop a like as well. If you're liking this, guys, and you like Pokemon, subscribe, and look out for a brand new channel coming soon as well. I am back heavy into my golf, and we are going to be doing a lot of golf content on a new channel, so look out for that, guys. It's coming soon. But yes, as you can see, everything is set up there. Sorry, the lighting looks better here. You'll obviously see I'll put some shots up now. Okay, so I'm currently recording the screen. Okay, guys, so this is what's coming out. All right, I need to show you one more light, guys. I have this light above me, and this is like a fill light that lights the halo of the back of my head. And I will show you guys a little bit of like the effect all these lights have and everything like that, so you can see what's going on. Okay, so this is like the full setup here, guys, that you're seeing. So on the whatever, however I've done this in the edit, but you're seeing my screen and you're seeing OBS, you're seeing the features coming in. This is where I would just record my face. But actually, if I switch to profile, this is how I record with the profile. So I record to a 4K canvas with the inputs, and I divide it, and that's the best way I find. So essentially what's happening here is on the top left is my face camera, the top right, that one is my hand camera, as you can see, and then I have a display. And the idea is if I record like this, when I come to edit, I basically put this file in and then export it as two separate files, a hand file and a face file, and then put them back together. I don't record to the SD card. I actually record straight to my Mac. For me, it's the best way to go. I don't have to worry about battery. I don't have to worry about memory and any of that stuff. I don't have to worry about importing it. I just know it works. I really think this is the way that you should record. I think just sticking a camera in, I don't know, for me, I don't like that. But anyway, so this is that. So this is for recording. But when I'm streaming, I have my different profile, which is just a 1080p canvas rather than 4K, because it's just, there's no point streaming in 4K, guys. I go to the stream profile, set up here, and then I would go down to something like, let's have a look. So we've got like the whatnot one, which is this one. Nope, it's this one. There we have, this is the whatnot one. So you can see there's nothing on the sides. I just go down the middle. That's how it should be set up. And then you use your virtual camera button to stream out to whatnot via virtual camera, and you pick your inputs from here and stuff. Like, again, I'm not going to explain OBS too much to you guys. There are so many videos and showing you how it works. I'd rather leave it to those guys to show you. I just want to show you what I do, basically. But then, for example, with YouTube, I just have my starting soon screen, I have my be right back screen, and then this is my opening video, and this is how I'm set up. So my hands are here. Obviously, the camera itself is in the wrong orientation, but what I'll show you is I literally hit this overhead button. Yep, hit that overhead button, and it just twists like that, and now I can film my openings. You can see how high I've got this off the desk as well, this camera, and it basically, look, Japanese booster box fits on the screen perfectly like that for streaming and stuff like that. I used to actually use my phone as an old phone with Elgato Cam Link put in it as an over-the-top shot. However, I found it really frustrating and it wouldn't link properly sometimes. I honestly think this camera is amazing. Like, I can't recommend that tiny little camera enough, because it's just got a 1/4mm thread. If I want, I can put it on a different arm, a different mount. It's also got a little thing here, look, that basically, you see that? You can even clip it to the back of you could put a camera up there and another camera in there and have them all plug in, and they'll just work. And look, the quality is amazing. Look at the depth, like you get this depth of field to it as well and stuff like that. And I believe it's currently coming, there you go, it's coming out in 4K as well. Inputting into here in 4K, obviously it's downscaling to 1080p, but if you put something good in, at least it will kind of be a good, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah. Anyway, but that there is my streaming setup. That is how I stream all my stuff through OBS and everything. And so there you have it, guys. That is my streaming setup. Like I say, that was really raw. I didn't want to over edit this. I want to just be true to how everything looks, how I do it. Hopefully, maybe it's giving you guys some inspirations to the things you want to set up and do with your little setup or anything. You know, you don't necessarily need all this space. You could store the stock elsewhere. You just need a little desk somewhere. You know, you can use your phones for the cameras or multiple phones, but the webcams are great as well. You don't need to get a big DSLR. You honestly don't need that big DSLR. I just love my tech that I've got it, but realistically, that camera will be fine. But it just gives you a really good idea of how I do everything here and the mess that is hidden off camera half the time as well. So, but look, I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you've got any questions, any thoughts, anything, please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to see what you guys have got to say about my setup and everything. And yeah, thank you. By the way, if you like my little vlogs and me just talking like nonsense like this, make sure to go and check out this video, some vlogs at some Pokemon shows that I've done. I think I've got the London Card Show one, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time, so go and check that out. Give the video a like, subscribe here to the channel, help us hit 30,000 by the end of the year. Stay safe, guys, and yeah, see you in the next one. Peace!